All right, so let's get back to it and let's let Ish continue to make his point.
Getting 60% or 70%, whatever unemployment is, of the 37K plus an additional $31,000. You are thereby making more money than when you were.
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta pause this right here. Is this part of the gig? Like, does Ish know that these guys are not listening? Does he know? Like, all jokes aside, I get it. They got the tag in the front, but damn, I don't think they're acting. I'm just gonna say it. I think this is really who some of these people are, their personalities, and the tag is for liability reasons. Like, come on, 2025, come on. This is nuts, yo. Like, Ish, yo, I don't know how you have the patience to talk to these people. And honestly, you got to watch out, man. Protect yourself because people, I think they might be haters, man. I think they might be haters, man. I think you need to, you're a smart dude, man. You're smart. From what I see from afar, you're intelligent, you're ambitious, and you got to be careful around these people. Yeah, Joe Budden is rich, but he look at you because you got a different way of getting it than he do. And I'm not gonna say he necessarily is a fan of that. And, listen, we're talking in 2025. For the people that understand me, cool. For the people that think I'm just rambling and it's just like sounds whatever, then it's not for you. This is for anybody out here that kind of understand what I'm saying. Be careful. If you're intelligent and ambitious, be careful. Do your thing. Keep working. Stay consistent. Stay persistent. Stay confident. Stay brave. But be careful. Because the logic of these people it's off. So with people that have off logic, you have to be what? Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Ice for holding it down this episode and supporting because Ice is using logic. Sometimes Ice be saying things I do not agree with. I'd be like, what's wrong with this dude? But I gotta give it to him. He's his own man. Looks like he speaks his mind when he needs to, and he's not afraid to go against the grain. Against the grain. You got to get that. Marc Lamont, we know Marc Lamont. See, we know what Marc Lamont Hill's going to say because he is a liberal shill. He's going to say he's feminist, he's liberal, so that means he's clouded. He's just going to speak a certain rhetoric until his time to go. Ice, you may not know what he's going to say because you got to give it to him. He appears to be an independent thinker to an extent. But Ice is also very liberal. You could tell he's raised in New York, and that was all-inclusive environments. And even when I say that, I bet people think, whoa, is he one of those, he's one of those extremists, or he's inclusive? Why wouldn't you want things? That's not what I'm saying, man. People are so brainwashed, and they don't even want to try to think outside the box and consider what someone else is saying, right? Y'all are so, inclusive. Women, diversity, no, victim. You don't think about anything else. You don't consider any other opinion because that's wrong. Trump, he's racist. People don't even consider Trump's actual ideas and plans. Just because someone said he's racist or what they think they saw or heard was racism, instead of like, let me go back to that video. Let me reconsider my opinion. These people aren't even reconsidering their thought processes. What kind of people are this? Think about that. These people, we're about to have a president, and a whole bunch of the population are looking at him like he's a joke, and they're not considering anything he's doing. If you actually read what he has in store, if you actually listen to him, most of it makes sense. There's a logic to it, and it's beneficial. Yeah, there's risk. Yeah, it's gonna get people like terrorists and there's potentials with things. See, the people want Democrats because Democrats are gonna sell you. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna pay all tuition. They're not paying all tuition. We're paying tuition because that's in our tax dollars. That's in everybody that goes to work. That's out of your tax money. So when they say we're going to pay tuition, they're selling you a dream. Biden says we're going to put tariffs on other countries. Oh man, prices are gonna go up. Oh man, why are you gonna do that? You're gonna ruffle some feathers. So he's coming with a solution that is actually not gonna harm you in the long run. It's actually gonna help our situations as American citizens. But because of who he is, how he says it, what he says, oh, we want to disregard it. This other side sells you a dream. They pimp you. We're gonna free healthcare, free this, free that. There's nothing free. So okay, let's say free healthcare. What about the doctors? I know a lot of Melissa Ford. You got doctor friends, right? How are they gonna make their money? You got nurse friends or doctors, and you guys are high society in New York. You don't have any, no. And this is all alleged. I'm not trying to attack nobody. I'm trying to get y'all to think. I'm trying to get y'all to think because Ish, he comes to a point, but he's not beating it into y'all heads because he grew up in New York too. He grew up in that liberal environment, and he's gonna stop his logic when he don't need to stop his logic. Someone like Ish probably could have been. Well, you can't put that on nobody. You can't put your environment all on, why you're not making it to a certain level. But be careful who you surround yourself with, because I'm seeing very intelligent people, but the people that they're around, it's like, oh, okay. Because if you was around someone else like you out of here. Or if your chick was, like you out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It's really mind-boggling. But let's get back to the video.
Or physically getting up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
Basically, these people that got money on COVID, that got the unemployment, that were getting also the stimulus, that also were getting the extra 600, they were doing nothing. So you don't have to do the labor, and you're getting money, and you don't have to pay rent in these liberal states. What are you talking about? You're taking advantage. You're exploiting. Oh, that's their get back. It's finally our get back. It's like, yo, everybody's situation is different. For one, you're in a poor situation because your parents were poor and they didn't make the right decisions with their life, and then their parents before them didn't make the right decisions. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody that's well off is because their parents or one of their parents did what they needed to do to put them in a certain situation. So this whole group, it's just most people are fuck ups. People don't want to admit it. We all been to school. We all have friends. We all have family. We know that most things are self-inflicted. We know that most things are caused by ourselves. We know that most of the people most people went to party in school. Most people went to BS. And then we all had a friend or two that, oh shoot, they're taking that serious. And they set an example. Or we knew a group of people that were all serious, and we like, oh damn, look at them, the valedictorian, look at the nerds getting scholarships and going far. And then obviously people started to mimic that, right? That's why all these girls are enrolled in school now, the most enrolled group of people, because you're trying to do things the correct way. But the people that are, doing things and got ahead, they're the problems. They're the big bad wolf, right?
You are making more money now to sit at home. That is a fact. One. And then they say,
what do you, yo, bro, this guy is off. This guy is off. This guy's arguing reality. I would kick him out of my house. You gotta go. And then I wouldn't talk to this guy no more, because he just said, I'm not sure that's a fact. For one, didn't you work for CNN? Didn't you work for a news media group? You didn't cover the COVID crisis? Like, what is he talking about? He doesn't know that people were getting money and they didn't have to work because everything was closed. And then even after that, people continued to get money in liberal states and they didn't have to work. What is this guy talking about? He's not sure that's a fact.
You don't have to pay your rent, which is people's biggest expenditure that they have.
That's why they were giving you the money so you can pay rent. They weren't giving people money. See, the thing is, the government knows they can't control, but I think the government was hoping that people would put the money in the right things. like their bills, which would get what circulate the economy, which money did circulate back into economy. It just circulated into what entertainment, travel. Yeah, people people traveling during COVID, entertainment, food, you know, consumer goods, right? People weren't even using that money to build side. I mean, smart people were. Some people really were investing. Like, I'm gonna flip this money, which is cool. You can't really hate on that. They saying you don't got to pay rent. It is what it is. But that doesn't mean that's any different than with people that are deciding to raise rent during the fire crisis, right? What's the difference? It's humans doing what humans do, right? Taking advantage of whatever circumstance that's granted, whatever cars they have. So why y'all on this moral high ground saying these landlords that are raising the rent and the wildfires are monsters, but the people that were, putting some of these landlords on the brink of bankruptcy or foreclosures, they're not monsters. Oh, they're just getting over. Interesting.
So now you are up because you're getting more money than you was making at work, and your biggest bill that you have to shell out for, you don't have to pay it legally. You're doing
checkmate. The fact that, and this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna sit there, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, I don't agree. I don't know how true that is," and then that's it. And that's weird as hell because what he's saying is actual facts and logic. Just listen. There's some things you can't deny. One, this is actual facts. I think a large group of the population are so used to the internet and different opinions and social media, and just one reel says this and another reel says this. I think people forget that there's actual things that just are just facts. Like, oh, this happened on this date. This is how much people made this year on average. This is how much people were getting compensated with the COVID relief. Oh, they didn't have to pay rent, which is their biggest expense. This is all fact and documented because it happened. We all seen it. This isn't a riddle. This isn't something to ponder. Oh, let me grab my phone and do article. Like, this guy is crazy. Allegedly, my bad, but I don't mean like with a K. Crazy with a K. What do yo Marc Lamont Hill, bro? Listen, just take a deep breath, man, and you need to pray. And you need to pray for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Matter of fact, I'm going to pray right now. Lord Almighty, the King of Kings, the one and only, give Marc Lamont Hill just a little bit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And let this that I'm saying today not be pearls that are cast to swine. Amen. And it may sound the way it did, but I mean that. Amen.
If they told us all in here we don't have to pay our rent tomorrow, everybody.
The thing is, Ish had an example where he told Joe, imagine the government paid us and we didn't have to pod here and that you just had to continue to pay our salary or something like that. Or imagine we didn't, the government said you had to continue to pay us our salary, but we didn't have to show up. That's an example. It's like, this is your place of business. My home is my place of business that I rented out to a customer. The renter is a customer. They needed a place to live because it costs to live somewhere. Oh, but you can't, someone's life. Okay, so why did restaurants stop charging people during COVID? No. That's why people were getting money, right? So if everything is, oh, what's their place to live, that's different, then why was the government giving money? What's the money that they were giving out? What was it for? It was for your bills, and rent is your bill. Food is your bill. Your phone is your bill, whatever, your car, whatever you have. It was meant to supplement your income, depending. And some people, maybe you don't have a car, maybe you didn't have a rent. So This is just asinine. The fact that you have to explain this and articulate it is crazy, man. It's crazy. That's insane. Even ICE is looking down like, what is going on here?
Body's fucking up. Now let's say parts, whatever you make, you got an additional $2,500 a month, plus you ain't have to pay rent. What are we missing?
Common sense. Screws. Common sense and screws. That's what they're missing, bro. They don't have them. They don't want it. They listen. Some people remember in the Batman movie, some people just want to see the world burn. Some people just want to see the world burn, yo. A lot of people got stuff in them. And I'm talking about celebrities. I'm talking about poor people. I'm talking about rich people, skinny people, fat people, tall people, white people, black people. All different types of people, all different walks of life got some weird shit in them. And society is saying, hey, we got a place for you. Guess what it's called? Victimhood. Come over. Oh, you got a group? Come over here. Oh, that group over there where they want to think independently and have logic and have discussions and kind of be a little like, you know what? I don't think that's necessarily the case. This is kind of, it is what it is. This is really what it is. Oh, Don, don't go over there. Come over here and let's just talk and kumbaya and just blame and, you know, act like we're on a high horse, but we're going to shame people for thinking. This is, come on, man.
Okay, so go ahead. Keep going. I'm listening.
Okay. This guy's so confused. He just said okay like he was gonna say something, and now he's saying keep going. And for one, this guy's been staring at his phone for like 5 minutes. There's something off with this guy. This guy's a fraud, allegedly. Because what is he talking about when he goes on these platforms? He got cooked by Candace Owens. Candace Owens made him look crazy. And I'm not even talking about like on some, oh, I'm just cooking and it's just entertainment. She won the debate. No, he looked off. Like, where are you pulling this information from? You're a man and you're saying these things. It's like, yo, you don't have no type of logic. You just threw out all your logic for theory and for ideologies and for simping and like, what is going on, man? How did that happen? How do you get there? If you got to look at your phone that long, you're not making no points, bro.
It's just math. I'm pulling it up. It ain't emotional.
Don't pull up nothing. What are you pulling up? They already know the numbers. They literally explain the numbers to you. What are you pulling up?
No, it's math.
All you're doing is looking for some numbers from a random This is the thing. There's so many different media platforms. We know that things are biased. This guy's going to look for a biased skewed number, right? That says something that agrees with him. That's probably from a media company that has the same ideologies such as his, such as liberalism. And then he's going to say, oh, look, this article says this is blah, blah, blah. Stop it, man. Let's get to the facts. Common sense. You don't even need to pull up no articles from the media to say what we saw happen, what the government did, what they mandated, and what happened. Stop.
You're referring to the economic impact payment.
Yo, bruh, he short bus shawty,
Payments, right?
Yes, that was the EIP. So it's the 600 additional, which was on.
This nigga reading the shit that is. What you reading? What they already told you? Like, yo, is this real life? He's literally, he's reading. It's like he's looking for something magical to happen. That's how you know, bro. If you got to do that and dig that hard for something, there's something in your heart that is off, bro. This is what I mean about, people like, if you were proving people wrong, right? And people are doing that much to prove you wrong. If you're proving yourself right and people are doing that hard to prove you wrong because of their thought process or because of their ideology, you got to be careful. Be careful, man.
Again, and there's no tax.
No tax. Everything in this country is tax. So for that period of time, people getting no tax and you're not paying the rent and I'm paying the mortgage. What? You living in my property for free that you didn't pay the down payment on. You don't pay the utilities on. You don't pay the insurance on. You don't pay the taxes on. Or maybe you do pay the utilities. but you don't pay the taxes on it. You don't pay the insurance on it. And that's cool. But I do. And yeah, that wasn't our agreement, but your agreement was to pay your rent. F the government. You came to my property and you said, I'm going to pay this rent for these amount of years. The government wasn't part of our discussion. The government was not in the room when you said, hey, you got a 2-bedroom apartment? Cool. Me and my son want to live here. I'm so thankful. It's so nice. Thank you. Can I rent it for this amount of price for a year and 2 years? Man, I'll be a great tenant. You know what? Great. I've been looking for an apartment all over. No, don't even worry about it. I got you. Government does this. Oh, yo, listen. I know the government said you're doing this, but, can you still pay your rent so you guys are getting... No, the government said I don't have to, so... Wait, what? Well, me and you had an agreement. See, but this is what the part that people was missing, that Ish isn't telling them. Business people, who are really not evil, who are just really smart and want to have a great life usually, and they want to scale up and build businesses and provide services, they're going to protect themselves. They're going to create different things and layers to protect themselves. This stuff is not going to just fly by, these whole government interventions that are going to fuck things up for people. Excuse my language. People are going to create little things to protect themselves. Landlords are not going to just go out sad, and you got people like Joe Budden cheering it on like, yo, you want me to fail? Like, you're like, okay, then people want your podcast to fail. You got to pay these dudes. Like, what are you talking about, man? It's crazy. What the government say? Yo, you got to pay all these dudes and they don't have to show up to your podcast. Like, and you got to pop by yourself or something like that. Crazy.
600 liquid or was...
Yo. All right, man. Peace. God dang.